Hey, Hobby World, Zach and Porter back with another
Epic Mail Day.
Yeah, and first, happy Jackie Robinson Day, and that's
Yeah.
very apropos, considering we are giving a huge shout out to our guy Greg Clark, Glove and Beyond TV, and he actually, when I was texting him after you and I went through his most latest rack, he said he was so happy that the package arrived prior to Jackie Robinson Day.
Because there were a ton of Jackie Robinson cards in there, and we will show those in the near future.
Yeah, very special one. So we only dropped one video last week. Life has been crazy busy coming out of spring break, etc. But we were able to go to the Racine Card Show, Roma, at the Roma Lodge over the weekend, and we had a blast. So we'll have a couple videos coming up to show some of the finds there, and then we're also got a couple of videos coming up to thank our guy, Greg Clark. And so this started because Greg just put together his flagship set, and he had a bunch of dupes that he wanted to share with our guy, Mr. Porter. And as per usual, Greg overloaded us with goodies, and he put an awesome note and joke in there.
So it says, "Hey ZMP, happy spring. Here's a rack to help with Series 1 and of course some other stuff for the PC. Happy collecting, Greg." And then the joke is, "Can a frog jump higher than a house?" Of course, a house can't jump. That joke is so
Greg's
good.
got all the dad jokes. So so normally we kind of wait to show some of the bangers or the things that we just think are absolute treasures that go on our treasure wall. But we decided we're just going to start off with that. So how do we want to do this? We got a few different things that you wanted to show.
And a lot of variety.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you start with this?
All right. So this is really cool. I have never owned a lanyard, like a sports lanyard before. I believe you have one. So it's a Yadier Molina lanyard.
Are you going to use that for school?
No.
It does have some of your colors in there.
Yeah, I'll put it up on display.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
And then a couple of the really cool cards. Caleb Williams, rookie notoriety from Mosaic.
Yeah, that's a sharp card.
And then Mosaic rookie debut. And then Durham Smythe rookie auto.
And this is how good Greg is, right? So we're going through the package, and we see this Duncan Smythe auto.
Durham.
Right? Durham Smythe. And immediately Porter's like, oh, yeah, the Bears just signed that guy. And I'm thinking, one, how does Greg even have an auto of this guy and just readily available to just grab? So it's pretty awesome. And then this next one was just unreal.
An Archives fan favorite certified autograph issue. Certified autograph issue, AJ Przinsky.
And I do believe that is your first AJ Przinsky autograph. If you're not familiar with the White Sox, he is an absolute White Sox legend. He's starting to get into broadcasting, and so that's been nice to see. Now, he included a ton of oddball Frank Thomas stuff that we're going to show off in a future video. But this oversized 1995 Bowman's Best. Look at that. Now, I have the base card of this, but not the oversized. I don't know if that would have been a box topper or how some of that worked. I've got a couple Frank Thomas and Albert Bell, like oversized things, but nothing as cool as that and as shiny as that. So that was an awesome addition to the Frank Thomas PC. And then speaking of hitting a home run with the PCs.
So this is a 2010 Topps Chrome Target exclusive refractor SGC 8 Jackie.
On Jackie Robinson Day. And you can see it's got a little bit of the refractor-ish color in there. And so that is just a beauty. That's going to go on your Jackie Robinson memorabilia shelf. And then he did throw in a couple of packs of 1995 Bazooka.
For 50 cents. It literally says 50 cents on there.
And what was unique is this was, I think Topps had stopped putting gum in packs at this point, but Bazooka thought, well, we're going to do it. And this is actually in there. Porter is not, we paid for quite a bit of dental work with Porter, so we're not gonna take a trip backwards. But we wanted to show that for posterity. And these are actually really cool cards. They've held up well. And with the 2 packs we got, we hit some PC guys.
Ricky Henderson, Mike Stanley, Ivan Pudge Rodriguez.
And there's a game that goes along with this. So if you look at the back, there's a bunch of different ways to play. And in fact, inside each pack,
it's like a spinner
You have the spinner thing. And then another one of our guys, Juan Gonzalez.
Roberto Alomar. Jay Bell.
Who was a solid ball player. But a lot of people don't remember him. He was really good.
Bob Hamlin.
Who could crush the ball.
Doug Drabeck.
You and I were just watching someone. Was it Barry Bonds crushed a homer off him?
No, it was Smoltz.
No, there was Drabeck. Remember he had the mullet? It was saying he had a killer mullet.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
John Wetland, who did well with the Yankees as well. So so that was really cool. We had some bazooka. And then the driver for the trade was the 2025 Topps. And the combination of some TCDB trades, Greg Clark, and then over the weekend, you were able to hit some dime boxes. So I think, what are you, about 65%?
I think only about 100 cards to go.
Okay.
And Dad thankfully printed out a checklist.
Yeah.
Yeah, here, show it.
Yeah, see?
Checklist.
You were at the card show looking like an old man with that with that in the pencil.
So this was how much 2025 was in the rack.
Yeah, and he put some inserts in as well in there too.
And I will show those because they're really cool. So I got some base to start off with. Xander Bogaerts. And these will all go in my set. Bryce Terang. Cubs team card. Freddie Peralta. And what I love, look at that. It's the position indicator. That is awesome.
Yeah, didn't we watch a video and they said that, or did you come up with that on your own?
Carded said that.
Oh yeah, carded on MLB TV. You're right. Yeah.
And then on the team card, it just says team card. And then on the leaders ones, it just says leaders.
Okay.
Andrew Vaughn, who Dad and I were talking about over the weekend.
He's a massive
bust. Yeah, he's a massive
He finally
bust.
had a hit after about 24 plate appearances, but he is just, yeah, it's just not good.
Teoscar Hernandez, reigning home run champion. Or
Home run derby.
Home run derby
Yeah.
champion. Home run champion? What am I talking about? Freddie Freeman, Bryce Harper, Giancarlo Stanton. That might be with a torpedo bat.
I don't know. It could have been.
I don't know.
It wasn't new to this year. I just
No,
think it got a lot of
A
play.
couple people were using it last year, and then the Yankees just really decided to start using it.
Well,
this
if
year.
it's the Yankees, it gets a lot more attention.
Yeah, and because they just
They
lifted,
destroyed the Brewers.
Yeah, and they just lifted the rule of no facial hair.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe that gives them confidence.
I don't know.
And then he tossed in some 35th anniversaries, Corbin Carroll and Randy Rosarena.
I think Carroll's having a good start to the season. It's nice.
Yeah. And then some of these, I didn't realize what these were called, but now I realize because I was adding these on TCDB. I didn't know what these were called, so I kept trying to find them.
So as an old man in a young man's game, I always just look at the number, and so it's TG. So I figured it's got to be
Training
starts
grounds.
with a T when I do the drop down on TCDB. That I got sick of trying to figure it out, and I found out from trial and error that is how you can determine what set it is. You know what set really got me on that is the darn Gypsy Queen,
Oh,
because
yeah.
all those inserts.
Yeah, and I figured out that set is called Training Grounds, which doesn't make sense. It should be called, like, Spring Training Stats.
Yeah, but it is the grounds that they play on.
Yeah, and I love the Stars of MLB design for this year.
Yeah,
Out of the last 4 years, this is definitely the best.
I think we say that every year.
Yeah, but
2 years
no,
ago
I'm
was,
serious.
2 years ago was basically a repeat.
Yeah,
I think
2
2020
years ago.
and 2021 were basically a repeat.
No, it didn't start until 22.
Okay. Well, this was one of a few videos that we're going to produce, thanking our guy, Greg Clark. If you don't know his channel, he has not been as active. He does need to update, I believe, some technology, but he is very active in the generosity department, and he sends out racks and wonderful things multiple times a year. And we're very grateful that he chose us again for one of these wonderful trade packages. So give him some love, and thank you for watching and subscribing.
Bye-bye.